Outside the mansion in Salem Center, New York, Candy Southern pulls up to the entrance. Getting out, she's aware that it's the X-Men's headquarters, and after not getting an answer from the front door, heads around to the side. Knowing that the area is most likely being monitored and wanting to get caught, she's still surprised when a robot guard appears. Having hoped to simply meet with Xavier, she runs and is caught by a net launched from the machine. She's carted off to Charles, who knows who she is and why she's there, though he's less than enthused by her presence. Elsewhere, we see Bobby on a rock in the middle of the raging ocean. Having had no choice, he continued without the chartered plane as the ice is up to begin looking for the tunnel they had previously found by accident, and freezes the waters into a tunnel, beginning the long journey to Antarctica. Switching to the others, as their ship breaks apart, they try to hang on to something. Beast begins regretting their choice of escape when Jean tells the others that it's not all bad, and Angel wonders what she means. She reminds them that she was going to hold the ship together, a much easier task as there's less of the ship when Magneto awakens, calling them fools for having underestimated him once again. He tells them that they have no hope of surviving the crumbling ship and that the gas bags are filled with the same radioactive steam from the city. Warren realizes that Magneto had planned to use the gas to keep himself strong and immortal, and the others tell him that they would have stopped him. They are jostled around as the fierce winds persist, and Magneto, wanting to go out on his own terms, jumps from the ship, choosing to end his own life instead of having it ripped from him when Avia soars out of the opening after him. Warren tries to follow, but Beast holds him back. However, he wants to try to save her as she once did for him and shoots out after her. We then swap over to Alex and Lorna as they follow Khazar in their ship as he swings through the jungle. He suddenly stops and signals for them to land and tells them that the earth feels odd there as Alex figures it to be an earthquake. Pointing across the mountains, they see smoke billowing, and Khazar wants to use the ship to fly over and investigate, urging them to hurry. Back with Beast, he ties himself down with ropes, telling Jean that he needs to save Warren as he won't survive out there. Jumping out, he swiftly falls as he knows that everything will depend more on luck than any of his agile abilities. Noting that the strong winds are going only in one direction, he figures that everything will stay along a specific path. Reaching out and hoping his luck holds, he manages to get a hand around Warren's foot, securing him. Warren yells for him to let go, but Hank refuses, telling him that they need to get back to what's left of the Nugari ship. Reeling themselves back to the ship, Angel screams at Beast for making him abandon his search, and Hank merely apologizes, though reminds him that his sacrifice of life would have been in vain. Warren figures he was close to finding Avia, but Jean relays that he was nowhere close when the ship further fractures apart. Hank looks out to find only 4 gas bags left, with only one solution he can think of. Grabbing Cyclops, he tells Jean that their only hope they have left is to attach themselves to the remaining balloons and let the wind carry them. Jean is skeptical, but sees no alternatives. Angel decides to attach himself as well in hopes of staying with the group, while Beast releases the last vestiges of the ship and they watch it fall as the remaining Nugari fly free of it. The rigging begins ripping apart despite Jean's efforts and becomes resigned to the fact that they'll all become separated from each other. Jean unhooks herself to try to go with Scott, and as they blow away, Angel isn't sure if he'd be able to catch them or not as the 2 remaining heroes are also blown away from each other. As he's thrown about, Beast knows that their luck is almost used up and hopes that the gases in the balloons will be able to heal any injuries that they sustain. Hank, having fallen unconscious, awakens to find himself descending upon a forest and wonders where he is, thankful that it's not over water. Unleashing himself, he prepares to swing into the tops of the trees, hoping all of his training works out for him. Letting go, he falls and crashes roughly down through the trees, injuring himself as he lands, and thinks of how it could have gone better. Passing out again, someone approaches his unconscious form. A young woman stands over him, looking down at his battered body.